Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge podcast, episode number 279. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcast, and also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And without any further ado, let's get shit started with episode number 279, Piggyskin Picks 3 Review NFL Week 3. Hell yeah, boys and girls. The weeks just keep on rolling with that football action. And in the pick'ems for week 3, boys and girls, 11 out of 15. Not bad, not bad. But there were 16 games, son. What are you talking about? That fucking game is dead to me. You know which one I'm talking about. Oh, Eagles. Oh, fly, birds, fly. Fuck you. Jesus Christ, a tie? Really? There's always one every season, right? There's always fucking one, but so we had a tie. So that shit's dead to me. And that's why we got 11 out of 15. So good shit, boys and girls. And for the bets, no. Didn't go to the sportsbook this week, even though, I was physically there, didn't put any bets for any of the NFL games. Just bad juju, man. 0 for 8 in 2 weeks. I felt like, okay, maybe I just need a break, calm down, just see what's going on, observe first, and then dive back into the action, which I will very soon for week 4. But hey, let's talk about week 3 and all the fun transgressions that happened on the field. And it starts off with Thursday Night Football, which I got wrong on the picks. The Miami Dolphins beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 31-13 in a pick'em, where the Miami Dolphins played up to their potential and played a bit competent. And, in this game, Gardner Minshew didn't really look all that hot. 2 turnovers and sacked 4 times. But again, this could be a big positive for the Dolphins or a huge negative to the Jaguars. Depending on how you see it. But in my eyes, it's kind of in the middle, right? That's where the truth lies. And Minshew is going to be one of those guys for the Jaguars that is going to lead the team through a tank. And whether they keep him or not, it's for the development of, Gardner Minshew as a quarterback. And I think he's going to be better for it. And whether the Jaguars, figure it's time to stick with, Minshew for the foreseeable future or not, it's yet to be determined. But very interesting to keep an eye on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they also got a lot of rookies in there too, rebuilding shit. So interesting stuff from the Jaguars. But yeah, Dolphins with that Fitz magic power, getting it done again, boys and girls, because that's just what Fitz magic does, baby. Although the law of averages, he is generally Fitz tragic, but contextually speaking, he is Fitz magic. He just turns it on whenever the fuck he wants, which is outstanding. But at the same time, when he gets exposed, he gets fucking exposed. And that's just the brilliant nature of Ryan Fitzmagic. And you know what? It's only as of late that I'm really appreciating Ryan Fitzpatrick for who he is. He's a journeyman quarterback who is pretty average at best, but it doesn't matter if he gives you a win or a loss. He's entertaining as all hell. That's all I can say about Ryan Fitzpatrick. So kudos to the Dolphins getting that win against the Jaguars. Now, we go on into the Sunday morning games, and I'm going to need a water for this one because I'm bitching, moaning, about this game for a little bit here. So, the Chicago Bears pull off a miraculous 30-26 win against the Atlanta Falcons after being down damn near 15 or 16 points. I can't recall the actual fucking point deficit that the Bears had to go through. But this is how bad it got for the Bears, okay? They benched Mitch Trubisky. They fucking benched Mitch Trubisky. And moving forward, they're going to say, oh, Nick Foles, starting QB, which, all right, shrug, laugh, snicker, every fucking synonym you can throw in there with just deriding the stupid ass move. But listen, despite being down, this is where the weird magic of Big Dick Nick comes in. And the Bears pull off a mind-blowing win where all credit to the Bears, man. They're 3-0. As Bill Parcells always says, you are what your record says, and you're 3-0. You're undefeated. Kudos, but you are the weakest 3-0 team I have ever seen. Period. And when I look at the opponents you have defeated in that 3-0 stretch, all I can think is the Lions choked on themselves. The Giants aren't even a fucking football team, and the Falcons are an absolute joke. The Falcons are such masterminds of choking that when you have these leads, these substantial leads in back-to-back weeks, and by probability and math, and by the odds of how much you're up by, when you have a 99.0% chance or more to win, and you lose back-to-back games when you had 99.0% or more chance to win, and you lose, it's unfucking real how much of a statistical anomaly the Atlanta Falcons are. This is just not even the word disaster can cover what the fucking Falcons are. The Falcons are a black hole as a football team. They are an absolute joke. Fold this fucking franchise. Sell this goddamn team. Dismantle it. Do something. Because holy shit. You've been around how many fucking decades? This is all you have to show for? A legacy of just perennial choking? It's not just the Dan Quinn era. Shout out to Urinating Tree on YouTube, man, but he has a beautiful video for the legacy of failure that is the Atlanta Falcons. And when you look at their fucking season by season record, it's abysmal. And every fucking time the Falcons just do something, I always think, how are they going to trip now? How are they going to fuck up now? How are they going to fail now? And it always answers itself in the most hilarious, but most, most fucking morbid way possible. And all I can tell you right now is this. If you have any fucking balls, you fire Dan Quinn, you fire the GM, and you go ahead and trade Julio Jones. Embrace the tank, motherfucker. Because Matt Ryan, that man does not deserve Julio Jones. Him and Calvin Ridley, they're doing great right now. Leave them be. Have fun with that shit. But Julio deserves a better quarterback. Julio deserves a better situation than this shit. This is absolutely disgusting what the Falcons are doing with some of their elite talents. I mean, Julio Jones is the best receiver in the National Football League, and he is getting destroyed because these fucking clowns in Atlanta. You thought the fucking city was run by a clown fucking mayor, but this goddamn franchise is a fucking joke. Oh my God. Just fold this fucking team, bro. Falcons are just the epitome of what failures that don't learn from themselves and become complacent. That is what they fucking represent. And it's disgusting. I'm not even a fucking fan of the Falcons. And I just find what they're doing absolutely atrocious. And good fucking God, man. Falcons fans, I got nothing to say for you, man. Because most of you motherfuckers were cocky-ass bitches for the last 4 years, but now you're all just silent and crying and all this shit. Which I don't blame you. I don't. But that arrogant shit for the last few years, that's why I have no sympathy. That's why I really don't. But I'm just a dick, boys and girls. That's what I do. And, despite being a dick, I recognize good shit when I see it. So, despite the Rams losing 32-35 against the Buffalo Bills, I will say this about the Rams. They look pretty damn good. I hate admitting that, but these Rams look pretty damn good. Wide receiver core works, tight ends, solid. Running game still works. Jared Goff, game manager, but it's all you really need him to do. Defenses, meh. But kudos, man. Kudos. I hate the NFC West right now as a Seahawks fan because the fucking division is that great. But The Rams looked pretty damn good despite the loss, but the Bills grab a win despite the fact that they were up 20-3. Blue said lead, got the game way too fucking close, and it was left up to Josh Allen with his late heroics, which is crazy to say, but he let the Bills down like a fucking field general. I mean, this guy has evolved, and kudos to Josh Allen. Maybe it is Stephon Diggs just opening up that offense, but Josh Allen looks confident. He looks poised. He looks like he's getting his shit together, and who the hell knows, man? Maybe this is his third year with McDermott, if I'm not mistaken. Josh Allen should be the franchise quarterback moving forward, and obviously no real doubts about that after his rookie year, I think, and even after year 2. But really, I think this is the guy who has now evolved into being able to possibly take the Bills into a deep playoff run. So very interesting to see what we are going to see from this 3-0 Bills team. I know. We got some crazy 3-0 teams right now, man. But shout out to the fucking Bills. Been doing pretty great. And you know what? The Cleveland Browns, they've actually been doing pretty great. And you know what? All these picks right now, getting them all correct. Except the fucking Falcons and the goddamn Jaguars pick. But the reason why I'm excited about, being right about the Browns pick is I thought the Browns would kind of play down to their potential. I thought the Washington Redskins or Washington football team, or the team with no names defense, would cause a lot of problems for the Cleveland Browns. But you know what? They got a wrecking crew duo in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. My goodness. That fucking rushing duo for the Cleveland Browns is what's going to lead to success for this team. And as much as I love Baker Mayfield, this guy is still a stud in my eyes. You have to limit the amount of throws Baker is putting in a game and really give the ball off to Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, pound the fucking ball, establish the run, let Baker try to flourish under those terms. And, I think that's how you succeed this whole fucking operation right now. And I think, for all the fucking ire that Stefanski was getting, in the preseason and getting hired months before this, he's been doing pretty all right. And so kudos to the Browns. They've been doing pretty great, and hopefully they keep it rolling. I know they have to face the Cowboys next week, if I'm not mistaken. And so that should be an interesting game. For the Redskins or the football team, whatever the fuck, dude, when are you going to put Alex Smith in? I know Dwayne Haskins was your top first-round pick, but you got to put Alex Smith in at this point. Just let Dwayne Haskins just develop along. He's not had good games back-to-back. All right? And we kind of want to see Alex Smith and Cam Newton kind of duke it out for best comeback player of the year. And my money's on Cam, but Alex Smith can also attest to that shit. Although I don't know if he's got the weapons to do it, but we'll see. We'll see what the Washington team, whatever the fuck they're called. God damn it. Well, you know what? This next pick that I got also correct, boys and girls, with the Titans, I got to just voice my frustration about the Vikings. So the Titans just airily nudge out the Vikings 31-30, and Dirk Cousins is oh my God, one of the most overpaid fucking quarterbacks in the league. He's the most overrated, over fucking paid quarterback, right there next to Matt Stafford, right there next to Matt Ryan. And holy shit, this Vikings team is just ass. They're ass. I mean, you had that big fucking halftime lead. Not, big, but pretty decent, level of lead. Yet you blew it. You fucking blew it. I can't fucking wait for week 5 when the Seattle Seahawks are going to be hosting the Minnesota Vikings right on there on my birthday weekend, boys and girls. And that will be a nice present for me to watch the fucking Seahawks destroy the Vikings team. But knowing the Seahawks, I know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be like a fucking 39-29 shootout, and Kirk Cousins is going to get some weird, ridiculous fucking scoreline. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 420 fucking yards. Because that's what the Seattle defense does. So that should be a fun Sunday Night Football, although I'm pretty sure they can flex that shit if it feels like too much of a beatdown. But still would be nice to see that beatdown happen right up front. But with the Titans, I don't really have much to say. I don't really know what else to really say about them. I mean, they're kind of that plain Jane team that just keeps on rolling. And honestly, that's all you need in this AFC South, to be honest. Bro, have you seen these other teams? The Texans are ass. The Jaguars are rebuilding. The Colts... the Colts. The Colts are rocking with the third best fucking quarterback in that division, which is crazy. Because it's Watson first, Tannehill second, Phillip Rivers third, tied with Gardner Minshew right there. So, with the talent, with the coaching, with everything on board with the Titans, I mean, you guys are doing fine. Gostkowski just had that weird off week in week one, but everything's rolling for the Titans. So 3-0 should be interesting to see how much more they win. Titans doing good. Titans doing great, actually. Just like the Patriots, 2-1. Got this pick correct too, boys and girls, because I didn't think the Raiders were going to get it done in front of Bill Belichick and the insides of Gillette Stadium, where that holy temple for Bill Belichick is a place where he just sacrifices football teams for wins. Yeah, that's been happening for, 2 good decades now. That doesn't really change, especially in the latter stages of September. That's when Bill Belichick's team just starts rolling through. And Cam Newton delivering that melting meme. Pretty solid week for the Patriots. Raiders, you know what? Despite the loss, don't be bummed out. I would tell the Raiders fans right now, listen, keep your heads up. You still have a second place in this division to fight for. And the rest of the AFC is still looking pretty damn solid. Even the second respective spots for each division. So whether it be a 9 or 10-win season, because I do see the Raiders doing pretty well at this point in the season, don't be bummed out by this loss. I think you can capitalize off of it, and you're still 2-1, which is so crazy. But you're going to be hosting the Bills next week, and that should be a bit of a tough test for both teams. So very curious to see how the Vegas Raiders do. Still weird saying that shit because they're usually in Oakland, and I'm so used to saying Oakland, but Vegas Raiders getting a tough loss. But their former neighbors in San Francisco, the 49ers, grab a dominating 36-9 win against the New York Giants, and I got this pick correct. And you know what? I'm not going to gripe or talk about the 49ers at all because that's what everyone else is talking about, injuries, yada, yada, yada. Sure, fine, whatever. But let's talk about the Giants. You are arguably one of the worst teams in the National Football League right now. There is no comparison. Maybe the Jets. Like the Jets, we expect them to be a dumpster fire. But the Giants, wow. Like, this team has just been supremely disappointing in every single aspect. Whether it be special teams, whether it be offense, whether it be defense. I mean, even Daniel Jones. Dude, I feel bad for saying this, but Daniel Jones just looks like a discount Eli. And when I say discount, that usually doesn't mean a good thing. You heard my puppies going crazy, right? They heard the name Daniel Jones. They don't like that shit. But, dude, your defense is absolutely atrocious. Like, what the fuck is the point of an offense, right? And all I know with this Giants team is you're not going to get any better with Gettleman at helm. You're not. I think he's a horrendous GM. And unfortunately, because the way New York media works and how it usually has worked through historical trends with these teams like the Jets and the Giants, a lot of the blame is going to be put on Joe Judge instead of David Gettleman, which is a huge fucking mistake. But Yeah, the Giants are the only 0-3 team in their division, and they really do look like one of the worst teams in the league. But I'll be honest, man, they're not the most disappointing team in the league. Hell, they're not the most disappointing team in their division. Let's be fair. That title goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. You motherfuckers. Oh my God. So this is the game I just erased from existence. All right, this is why I said 11 of 15 correct on the pick'ems. A 23-23 overtime tie. As a Seahawks fan, I've been through the 6-6 overtime tie between the Seahawks and the Cardinals. That was a disaster. This, however, this 23-23 overtime tie, this was a train wreck from the Eagles. I don't really know what to say about this Eagles team other than you have to fire Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman. You have to fire those two guys. They're not leading you anywhere. Oh, you won a Super Bowl. Congratulations. They are setting up a fucking precedence of mediocrity, complacency, and arrogance. And they're doing nothing about this shit. And you know what's unfortunate? The blame is being put on Carson Wentz. Yeah. I don't care what the fuck you say. I know Carson has the injury history. I know Carson at times has some fucking brain dead mistakes. But Carson Wentz is the fucking reason why you have a Super Bowl ring. Do you not forget the MVP season? He just accumulated all those fucking wins for you. Stacked all that shit up. And despite you sucking off Big Dick Nick, and yeah, he is a fucking hero. He beat the fucking Patriots. He's a hero to us all. But you're suggesting that Big Dick Nick is better than Carson Wentz? What the fuck is wrong with you? In terms of momentum and how he was able to carry on with that underdog mentality, that like just kind of do your job shit with the Eagles that season, that's a very short stretch. But in the long term, we have seen Nick Foles as the kind of bland quarterback that he usually is. Remember, even Joe Flacco has a fucking Super Bowl MVP. Think about that shit. I know Big Dick Nick was amazing. I know that. But stop it with this fucking putting Carson Wentz under the bus for everything going wrong with the Eagles. It seriously starts from Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman. Start from there. And hell, if that new regime, within that context, Carson doesn't work, then figure something else out. But I'll tell you this. Man, if the Eagles just try to move on and, crucify Carson Wentz as a scapegoat, you guys are making a huge fucking mistake. This kid is special. And if, let's say hypothetically, you send him to the Indianapolis Colts with that O-line, with Frank Reich, holy shit, they would be winning 13, 12 games. No problem. No fucking problem. Frank would actually know what to do with Carson. Doug Peterson, Howie Roseman, they have no fucking clue. Headless chickens running around thinking they know what the fuck they're doing. It's embarrassing. And you know what? Despite the tie being a horrendous thing for the Eagles, for the Bengals, this is actually a good thing. You're seeing a constant getting better within this team. You're seeing Joe Burrow grow each and every week, and that's what you want to see. You want to cultivate him through the losses, through potential wins, through even ties, and just get him to continue to grow. He is a number 1 overall pick. He needs to just stay on point. Don't take the losses too personally, and for the love of fucking God, build a fucking team around him. God damn it. I fucking hate teams that just neglect their fucking quarterbacks, man. Like the Texans. But we got Laramie Tunsil. You got nobody else, jackass. The Steelers off you so easily, 21-28. I got this pick correct because you knew the Texans were fucking bad. I don't care if Deshaun's good. Bill O'Brien is a fucking cancer, and he is destroying this team. And you know what? The only smart thing he's done so far is say no to Earl Thomas. Cancer extraordinaire. Good job, Bill. You did one thing right in a 6-month stretch. Isn't that something else? Man, Deshaun's career is a fucking train wreck right now because of Bill O'Brien. This Texans team is sad to watch. But the question on the other side is, are the Steelers good? Maybe. Maybe. I'm putting there in that iffy category of the 3-0 squads like the Titans and the Bears. Definitely the Bears. I don't even put the Bears in the questionable 3-0. They are the worst 3-0 team. There is no comparison to that shit. But, hey man, they are the only division, the Steelers, in that 3-0 form, that AFC North. So, getting ahead up on the Ravens and the Browns, who have been doing pretty damn well, is something for the Steelers. So, easy to keep an eye on the AFC North, as the competition will be pretty fierce down the line and down in these stretches where individual teams within the division will battle each other. So good times are ahead, boys and girls. But we move twisting up my words there, where we talk about the Sunday afternoon games. And yes, I do twist up my words because thinking about the Seattle Seahawks and grabbing that win against the Dallas Cowboys, 31-38, makes me feel pretty damn good. And yes, I got this pick correct. And you know what? I guess me fumbling my words there a little bit is very reminiscent to how DK Metcalf, my boy DK, went ahead and fumbled right before getting to the end zone. And, shout out to Trayvon Diggs, the rookie, who I thought was playing a pretty damn good game for the Cowboys and smacking that fucking ball away from DK's hand. And if DK caught that fucking touchdown, although he did make up for it very late in the game with the game-winning touchdown from Russell Wilson, if DK caught that shit, maybe Russ's record would be even more outstanding. But listen to this shit, man. Russell Wilson, 14 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks, is the first quarterback in NFL history to do that. And this man has received 0 MVP votes in his 8-year career. I don't understand. I just genuinely don't understand the NFL sometimes. I really don't. There are some amazing talents out there. And more what I'm doing now, and I'm going to be honest about this, I watch individual YouTube channels instead of mainstream channels when I'm reading about sports teams. So individual channels like Jets fans, Vikings fans. Shout out to Purple FTW podcast. That shit is fucking hilarious. Tom Grossi, even sometimes just going through a fucking urinating tree and the Yinzer shit. I like getting perspectives on other, teams, nuances and players no one really talks about. And, Vikings mentioned Harrison Smith, obviously, like a TJ Watt over there in the Steelers, although I'm pretty sure everyone rates him pretty damn highly. But all these things that the mainstream heads don't really fucking pick up on, the Seahawks fan base has been fucking screaming this shit for years. Like, yo, Russell is the MVP. Without him, this team is trash. Let's be fucking honest, man. Do you really think this fucking team with Geno Smith would get you 11 fucking wins? No. We would be fucking 5-11. And Russell Wilson has been at the helm of this shit for damn near a decade. How is he not the MVP at this point? And I get it, the Legion of Boom shit. I get that talk. But the latter half decade in Russell's career has been all him. It has been all him. And we're seeing it now in full fucking view. And I love it. I love all these motherfuckers eating shit about Russell Wilson, even Seahawks fans who were against Russell Wilson a fucking few years ago. And I said, no, you motherfuckers are crazy. You're not watching the goddamn games because Russell is running for his fucking life. Everyone's fucking dying. And he is just working it. Still true to this day. Because the injuries, boys and girls, it piles on. It piles on for the Seahawks, man. My new best friend, Jamal Murray, with a groin injury going day to day. Damian Lewis took the card out to the game, and I'm hoping that rookie is okay. He's been doing pretty all right in the first 3 weeks. Jordan Brooks with a knee injury, another rookie that we drafted in the first round. He is out for multiple weeks. And Chris Carson, we talked about Tristan Hill of the Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman and how that fat motherfucker actually rolled onto Chris Carson's knee while he was down, potentially still injured. And thankfully, Chris Carson's injury isn't all that serious, but fuck Tristan Hill, that fat fucking piece of shit. You should go off yourself. Why not? Because you're an asshole. You shouldn't get so serious about a football game. You shouldn't try to fucking deliberately injure players, and you fucking prick. What the fuck? And this is where I can talk about the Cowboys. Cowboys, you have a good enough team. You do. But we all know who the real fucking problem is. It's Jerry. It's the man who owns the team. It's the man who pays your players. It's the man who micromanages every aspect of your team. It's Jerry. And I'll be honest with you, I'm never going to pay Dak. Because he's not. He's never going to pay Dak. And that's unfortunate because I think Dak is a serviceable quarterback. You put him, I would say, you put him in most teams, you're probably going to have a winning season. Unless it's a really shit team, then no. But Dak is a good quarterback. But no one's going to listen. No one ever does. But it's okay. It's okay if nobody does. Because Seahawks with a win. Makes me feel good. Although Jermaine Kearse announcing his retirement from the NFL, that doesn't feel all that good. 8 seasons. This man was super clutch throughout his Seahawks career. Great number 2 right behind Doug Baldwin. And in Super Bowl 49, yeah, we all know the Russell Wilson infamous interception, but if it wasn't for Jermaine Kearse getting that ridiculous catch to get the Seahawks to that spot, Super Bowl 49 wouldn't even be a story. It wouldn't. It would have been another Patriots, dominating win against a young Seahawks team that went back-to-back, but Jermaine Kearse made it a story. So shout out to Jermaine Kearse, and you're a warrior. Whatever you do in the damn future, you do you, man. Fucking rock it, bro. Jermaine Kearse, the beast. But I wasn't a beast in the next 2 games where I got the picks wrong, boys and girls. The Carolina Panthers beating the LA Chargers 21-16. Herbert's a rookie. There's not a lot to expect. And, with the Panthers, no CMC, but Teddy gets it done. All right, okay. I mean, 2 teams that are rebuilding. Not really much to say about either of them. Both underwhelming in the entirety of, the NFL, but they had a decent bout against each other. And the Detroit Lions beating the Cardinals was my surprise wrong pick of the week. And yeah. All right, Lions, good fucking job. You won a goddamn game. This does nothing to you. You know it. I know it. Your fans know it. Your wins mean nothing. But the Cardinals, I'm a bit disappointed. I will say that. I am a bit disappointed, but Kyler Murray continues to run on his hot form, and shout out to the half Korean man. But you are Arizona, so I can't really like you all that much. But hey, old man Tom Brady getting it done against Broncos country in Denver, where the Buccaneers take a 28-10 win. Got the pick correct, mainly because the Broncos are dead. Dude, the injuries keep piling up, man. Defensive lineman Jurel Casey is out for the year with a torn bicep, and Brett Ripien will be starting as quarterback for week 4 on Thursday Night Football against the Jets. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know I'm not going to watch that shit. Or probably have that shit in the background. But yeah, man. Brady versus just this inept offense and defense. Eh. And you know what, boys and girls? I just realized something on the script. I did not write down the Colts and Jets game. I didn't even fucking bother writing any of that fucking game down, which is insane. But that's how fucking irrelevant that game is. That's how irrelevant that fucking Colts and Jets game is, man. No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit about the Jets. No one gives a shit about the Colts. Phillip Rivers isn't going to take you anywhere. And Sam Darnold is fucked because of Adam Gase. Jesus Christ. I'm the dipshit for not writing that script in, but there is literally no point in talking about either of those teams. I got that pick correct. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Jesus Christ, move the fuck on because Sam Darnold is fucked. You have to get rid of a fucking piece of shit like Adam Gase and bring a new coach. Bring an actual head coach, goddammit. Don't fucking ruin Sam Darnold's career. And we move on into Sunday Night Football, boys and girls, where the Packers took on the Saints. And I got this pick correct because Aaron Rodgers, in hot form, dismantled the Saints 37-30. Rodgers is on another level, and I think media bias and narrative is going to push him to win another MVP. Wouldn't be surprised at that. Wouldn't be surprised if Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes beat out Russell Wilson in voting. That just usually happens. I'm not going to be fucking surprised at that because Rodgers has been fantastic. Where on the other hand, the Saints have been looking lackadaisical at best and complacent and arrogant at worst. So I think the Saints are going to continue this downward trend until Michael Thomas comes back, which seems to be the only fucking thing running this goddamn franchise in order. But anyways, boys and girls, the last game of the week was Monday Night Football, and this was a fucking banger. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and despite every fucking prognosticator on ESPN saying the Baltimore Ravens would win, but despite every motherfucker that voted in the top 100 said Patrick Mahomes was number 2 or 4, and Lamar Jackson was number 1, you motherfuckers got shut the fuck down yesterday, man. Holy shit. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the goddamn league. I don't want to hear anything else about this shit anymore, man. I love Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's my boy, but he is number 2 compared to Patrick Mahomes. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. Lamar Jackson isn't even on the same fucking tier. He's not even on the same planet. And let's be fair, he's not on the same planet as Russell Wilson either. He's in that kind of echelon below that, maybe like right there. But here's how crazy Patrick Mahomes is, man. Fastest player to reach 10,000 passing yards in just 34 games. We are living in Patrick Mahomes' world, but the NFL is just wonderful right now, boys and girls. I know all the woke shit is boring and just disgusting, but we're going to have week 4 football in just a couple of days, although Broncos versus Jets should be just a disaster. But hey, ultimately, football wonderland, man. It's a good time. And on the next episode, September almost ends. Time to wake up. We might do some political shit. I don't know. Might talk about the debate. Keep an eye on that shit, motherfuckers. All right, motherfuckers. I appreciate you dropping by this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. And also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And until next time, kids, fuck off. A lot of redundancies today, but get it going.